1 minute suspension to wait for the witness.
Congressman, do you swear to tell in this impeachment proceeding?
I do.
To help you God.
The witness is to show the is one person's filed complaint and evidence Chief Justice with the Ombudsman to show the impact of the letter complaint, which according to the Ombudsman request the AMLAC for assistance and to write the Chief Justice to comment bank accounts for at least $10 million to show that Ms. Ontiveros, upon receipt of a subpoena, wrote presiding officer seeking clarification while being subpoenaed. The letter complaint containing two for specific regarding bank accounts amount $1 million belonging to Chief. If Your Honor, please, may we request for the exclusion of the other witnesses that were subpoenaed for today.
Are there witnesses inside the courtroom that were subpoenaed for today? If there, Sergeant Arms, will you check? And if there are, exclude them from the courtroom.
Your Honor, may we be recognized?
Yes. Question of the execution.
Your Honor. Your Honor, if the offer will be limited to what was enumerated by they're willing to admit all three points. One, Ms. Lisa Ontiveros is one of the persons who had a complaint for the Office of Ombudsman. Two, content of the letter, which we can just admit as it. Three, Ms. Ontiveros sent a letter to the Honorable Senate. Again, the marking the prosecutor will start. We admit all three.
What is the action of the...
If you under circumstances, these are the three principal purposes to emphasize certain matters in the complaint.
They're already admitting those points. Are you willing to stipulate that will not be further anymore with your... If If not, you can proceed.
Your Honor, may be allowed to
Yes.
since we have omitted 3 items, maybe know the purpose, yes, Your Honor, of the testimony of the witness.
If Your Honor, clear stated by Senator Judge, impeachment proceedings with senators. Is also very interested in this, and will just mark what is the content in order to call the act, the various transactions.
Okay, in other words, you are not late, so proceed.
Pumunta ba kayo dito sa Duches?
By the way, that apropos to the request, the sergeant at arms informed the presiding officer of no witness inside the premises of the court. Now you may.
Ng hapon, una po hindi po ng antiveros po. Then po, opo po ako dito dahil isang sabina.
Sinasabi dito sa subpoena, dapat ninyong dalhin certified ng inyong complaint sa Chief Justice na sa Ombudsman. Sa ninyo,
Your Honor.
ipakita nga ninyo. Witness presenting a Chita Carpenter, Ombudsman, Office of the Ombudsman, Ombudsman, February 17, 2000, consists of 3 letters, annexes up to exhibit H. Congresswoman, tatlo hinto, babaw na Lisa Ontiveros. Isa sa firma yan.
Sa akin po, Your Honor.
Request, Your Honor, that is linked with the annexes, the globally exceed 245.
For the defense.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. 254. Yes.
Mark it accordingly.
Ano ho ba ang mga ebidensya, yung mga annex na inyong tinukoy?
Your Honor, kung basahin nila sa namin, nakuha ko po yung salamin ko na mana ko sa bag. Attached po aming Honor ay yung Mr. Corona's Statement of Assets, Liabilities, and Salary. as Annexes A to A8. Ganun po, Annexes B to B2, the ethnographic notes of the testimony of Commissioner Henares before the Senate Impeachment Court. Annexes C to L2, various certificates of title, condemned certificates of title, final deed of sale, as well as certificates authorizing registration. Yun, sorry, Your Honor, meron din attached annexes to BB, pertinent bank records, and amount of deposits in said accounts. Yun lang.
Okay. Itong mga annex nyo dito sa yung letter complaint, Exhibit 254, saan ninyo kinuha itong mga annex?
Dinamit po namin sa iba't mga website kung saan po na-upload dokumento dito sa Impeachment, Your Honor.
So, ang sinasabi ninyo ay itong mga annexes ninyo sa inyong letter complaint ay ebidensya na dito sa impeachment proceeding. Walang ibang ebidensya na inyong attach hindi galing sa impeachment.
Lahat po ay galing dito sa impeachment proceedings, Your Honor.
Meron ho ba kayong sinasabi?
Your Honor, the Honorable Ombudsman already a categorical statement. The complaint of Ms. Risa Tiveros et al. Did not contain any mention of the $10 million. So
If Your Honor, it is not the only one who is now in the witness. We would like from the witness herself her complaint.
The witness by himself.
Your Honor,
Meron ba kayo sinabi dito sa inyong letter complaint tungkol sa $1 million na sabi lang may mga
sinabi sulat and accounts, hindi namin sinabi ang figure na $10 million.
Itong various peso and account ay inyong tatag sa inyong letter complaint. Sabi nga ninyo kung saan ito mga peso at dollar accounts na sinasabi ninyo sa inyong letter complaint. Ang bangko nang galing yung mga accounts.
Your Honor, the documents will state the contents evidence.
Honor, please, may I respectfully ask for a clarification. Necessary for everybody from bank this case. Your Honor, there appears only 2 bank accounts here.
Why don't you show to the witness and show to the
Okay. Complaint. Can you mention and the amounts in that bank that you said or you mentioned in your letter?
Ang nabanggit po namin, Your Honor, ay 18 accounts, 18 accounts sa 2 bangko, ang Philippine Savings Bank at the Philippine Islands. At ang mga taga dito ay 5,018,255.26 pesos, 2 million pesos, 2,100,000 pesos, 500 pesos, 7,148,038.83 pesos, 12,580,115.56 pesos, 3,100,000 pesos, 7,370,438.65 pesos, 1,099.45 pesos, 1 million pesos, at $100,000 initial deposit, $7,301 initial deposit.
Saan bangko lahat sa binasa ninyo?
Lahat mula sa Philippine Savings, Your Honor. Tuloy po, Your Honor.
Tuloy.
Yung iba pa pong tax, doon naman po sa Philippine Islands, mga halag 1,100.36 pesos, 305.12 pesos, 16,718 pesos, 1,525,822.87 pesos, 668,401.80 pesos, 24,070
At sa ninyo na lahat ito ay naging ebidensya presenta dito sa inyo.
Honor.
Meron ebidensya na ikakit inyong letter complaint tungkol 10 million.
Answered, Your Honor. Did that mention?
Your Honor, the first question to $10 million in the letter, Your Honor. Now, whether $1 million attached to the complaint. It is now the letter.
Your Honor, it will not have any basis. There is no statement on the $10 million. So, it is no for asking they have attached evidence. Of $10 million.
Let the witness answer so that we can expedite the proceeding. Go ahead.
Your Honor.
Yung ebidensya na ikakit letter complaint tungkol sa isang $10 million.
Office of Ombudsman kung doon Office of Ombudsman tignan kung mayroon at kung po yun, Your Honor.
No, dahan yung talagay ho dito sa yung letter complaint. Ito yung various bank accounts and contained debt. Inyong keep sa letter complaint. Hindi ho.
Opo, Your Honor.
Okay. At ba letter na ito Morales.
Ilang mga na investigahan Office of the Ombudsman alang-alang sa full accountability at masaya po ako, Your Honor, hindi ka ay tumutugon na request ng mga mamamayan.
Okay. Sa po ninyo yung ng inyong letter.
Ang first part po, Your Honor, ay ito. We, Alberto Alerosa, G.B. Gores, Arque, Risa Onteros, citizen taxpayers of the Philippines are request food office an investigation be conducted on the Chief of the Supreme Court, Mr. Ren Corona, for numerous violations of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practice Act, RA 19 as amended, for having gotten wealth, and a number otherwise act the picture of public office, money laundering act of 2001, RA 9, punishing the giving official employee, which Mr. Corona may be stated as determined by your office in court for investigation.
kung itong case na ito, ang base ay may ebidensya na nanggaling sa impeachment proceedings, ay ang file Chief Justice na for violation of Money Laundering Act for sure of ill-gotten wealth.
Objection. That was conducted. The question now asking
The evidence of the asks what was read. The question.
Yes. You said that you awarded a letter together with evidence and you said in the complaint that the ombudsman would sure of ill-gotten money.
Namin, Your Honor, the Ombudsman, na investigator their accounts. Kung ano po yung nilagay, hindi na lahat yun dahil ano po yung mga ano po yung tapos ay yung desisyon.
Dollar accounts, nakalakip din yung letter. Sinasabi 100 $7,301.
Yun yung lumabas your in time dito
Yes.
sa
Okay.
trial.
Yun.
Hindi na pinag-uusapan yung issue. Kaya tumuli at humilis of the Ombudsman, investigahan ito.
Okay. Ngayon, ito sa inyong huling paragraph 3. Kung kailangan marap sa ombudsman ay at bago alam ba ninyo kung ano ang sa complaint ninyo bago 2012?
Hindi.
Pagkagat sa Senate, satan ba ninyo ang
Ano po ba kung nangyari 13?
bago Mayo 13, 2012? Alam nyo kung ano ang aksyon hindi ninyo po tanggap subpina ng Senado sino President.
Mayo 13, iniisip ko yung petsa na lumabas sa na umakyat na ang Office of Food sa aming complaint. So bago sa media, hindi ko po alam kung umaksyon na sila. So, tinatanong po niyo ako sa Senate, then sumunod ko.
Okay. Ba kayong sa President may siya Mayo 19, 2012?
Dagdag po, utos po sa akin na yung original aming sulat, request, at yung nilagay ebidensya. Hindi po ako kadala ng kopya ng sulat ko sa Senate President.
Pinapako sa iyo ang isang sulat kay Honorable Juan Ponce Enriquez na Senate President and presiding officer of Impeachment Court na 14 2000. Tingnan po ninyo kung yaan yung sulat ay kagagaan na Juan Ponce Enrile.
To your honor.
Okay. Meron firma na sa Ontiveros Barahel sa itong sulat na ito. Anong firma yan?
Your honor.
Thank you. Letter to 12 addressed to Honorable Ponce Enrile. Exhibit. Okay, can you please read the fourth and the fifth paragraph of your letter, Honorable Juan Ponce Enrile?
Fourth paragraph, Your Honor. It is with most respect that I would like to point out that while it is true that one of the signatories in a letter request addressed to the Honorable and dated 7 February 2012, a copy of which I am attending for reference, subsequently by the same office as C-C-12-70, the investigation violation anti-graft by Rona. Said letter did not contain much allegation regarding foreign-dominated accounts to $10 million flow. I'm thus at a loss as to how any testimony of mine bearing the express purpose of the request, not any allegation concerning such amount, or in any other forum. Fifth paragraph. In fact, the request in its fifth paragraph implies acknowledges the letter request to which I was a signatory not contain reference belonging to amounting to
That will be all.
Cross.
No cross, Your Honor.
No cross.
Cross.
President,
Majority.
President, asked a few questions to the
Senator
witness
from
and then Johnson.
President, usually reserved to this witness, but now I find a discovery that the Congresswoman witness box, who is the first. Instead, I respectfully request the majority leader to call me first after this one. Right to explain her this afternoon on two grounds. Is one, the Congresswoman, one of the staunchest allies of Senator and myself in our struggle to pass the productive bill. The second reason is that the woman on the witness stand was senator last election. There is still a very that you might join the same immediate future. Thank you, Mr. President.
President.
Majority.
Yes, Senator. Knowing they are
It has the floor.
compatriots.
I have a very simple question. And I don't mind you to answer my question very truthfully. Did one at any time instruct you, advise you, convince you, or suggest to you to file the complaint with the Ombudsman?
Hindi po, Your Honor. Kami pong ulat ang decision.
Lamang po. Maraming salamat, Mr. President.
All right. Anyone? Majority floor leader.
To discharge the witness.
The witness is
Salamat po.
next.
Your Honor, please, may we request permission, Your Honor, for an authority for Attorney Dennis Manaro, Your Honor, a member of the defense panel, to conduct the examination of our next witness.
Granted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Call your next witness.
We wish to call Mr. Harvey K.
Harvey K. Please bring Mr. Harvey K.
Mr. Harvike, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this impeachment proceeding?
I do.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Your Honor, this witness is hostile to the respondent, Chief Justice Corona, Your Honor. And for this purpose, we will prove that the witness, among others, initiated a complaint against Chief Justice Corona in the Office of the Ombudsman, alleging that said respondent owns real properties not declared in his SAL-N. If the witness, Your Honor, is so declared as hostile, we will impeach this witness in all respects by proving his bias and prejudice against C.J. Corona, Chief Justice Corona, and his active involvement in a well-planned and orchestrated effort to destroy the reputation of Chief Justice Corona, intended to unreasonably weaken the defenses of Chief Justice in these proceedings and unduly sway and influence the decision of the Honorable Court. With the kind permission of the Court, Your Honor.
Well, you are presenting him as a hostile witness.
Yes, Your Honor, and I will establish first his hostility.
All right, qualify him.
Your Honor, may we make some comments on the offer?
Yes.
In the same way that we have admitted the fact that Ms. Risa Ontiveros is one of the complainants in the letter complaint that was filed before the Office of the Ombudsman, we will also admit that the witness, Mr. Harvey K., is one of the co-complainants of Ms. Risa Ontiveros in that letter complaint, Your Honor.
May we proceed, Your Honor?
Proceed.
Mr. Witness, please state your name and other personal circumstances for the record.
Good afternoon. I'm Harvey Ke. I currently am Director for Youth Leadership and Social Entrepreneurship at the Ateneo de Manila University School of Government. I'm also Executive Director of the Acts of Hope for the Nation Foundation, the Interim Executive Director of the Asia Society Philippines Foundation, and also the lead convener of the Kaya Natin Movement for Good Governance and Ethical Leadership.
Mr. Witness, the Honorable Court issued a subpoena to you requiring you to bring documents. Do you have the documents with you?
The documents, the copies with Congresswoman Risa Ontiveros, original copies, sir.
you were required to bring with you the complaint, and the prosecution admitted the existence of the complaint. I'm just showing to you this copy of the complaint. Can you confirm if this is the complaint which you filed together with the other complainants? The witness going over the complaint, Your Honor. Let the record show.
May I speak, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
I'd just like to apologize in advance because I have cough, so I might cough in the middle of my testimony. To the Honorable Senator Judges, I'd like to apologize in advance.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yes, this is the complaint that we filed together with Riz Ontiveros.
Do you confirm the admission of the prosecution that you are the same Harvey K. who is the complainant in that particular complaint?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. This complaint, if you will take a look at it, is against a certain Mr. Renato Coronado Corona. Is he the same person subject of the impeachment before this honorable court?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Your Honor, this complaint which the witness reviewed and perused and which the prosecution admitted states that it is for the purpose of causing the immediate investigation and thereafter filing of appropriate cases against the respondent, Chief Justice Corona. With this, Your Honor, the defense respectfully moves that this witness be declared hostile.
Your Honor, is there any objection from the members of the court? Hearing that, the motion, the request of the prosecution, the defense to declare this witness to have an adverse interest against the respondent, Renato Corona, is granted, and he is so declared as a hostile witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. K, this complaint makes references to these impeachment proceedings as well as the documents adduced herein. Have you been following the proceedings in this case?
Not regularly, Your Honor.
Not regularly. So you don't know what was happening during the intervals where you were not watching? You were not reviewing any taped testimonies?
May we request that the question be divided into parts? There are a number of
I'm
questions.
just asking, what portions have you watched?
I say not regularly, Your Honor, primarily because I cannot watch the whole afternoon, primarily because I have several jobs, as I have stated a while ago.
The complaint makes references to bank documents purporting to belong to Chief Justice Corona, which have been presented before this honorable court. Am I correct?
Can I review the document?
Yeah, please.
Yes, I believe so, Your Honor.
When these bank documents were presented before this honorable court, were you observing the proceedings then?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you are aware that there were officials from the banks mentioned in that complaint who testified before this honorable court about these bank documents which you attached in your complaint?
I was aware, but I did not watch the whole proceedings. I just read it from the newspapers, Your Honor.
All right. Very well. I noticed, Mr. Witness, in the complaint that you mentioned that Chief Justice Corona has apparently deposited multi-million amounts in several banks in pesos and in dollars. And to support this claim of yours, you made reference to PS Bank account number 089-191-0037-3 in an amount of US dollar 700K. Open parenthesis, initial deposit, comma, October 31, 2008, close parenthesis, and Philippine Savings Bank, account number 089-1410-1630-5, amount US dollar 7,301, initial deposit, April 16, 2007. Do you confirm this?
I confirm that it is stated in the complaint, Your Honor.
You failed, however, to mention in your complaint, Mr. Witness, that this honorable court disallowed the presentation of evidence on these accounts, is it not? Did you mention it in your complaint?
No, Your Honor.
The basis of these accounts are bank reference cards that were presented here before the Senate Impeachment Court and have been declared by PS Bank President Pascual Garcia to be of dubious authenticity because it contains 42 points of discrepancies. Am I correct?
Your Honor, the counsel is impeaching the witness through the testimony of another witness.
No, exactly, Your Honor. I am impeaching this witness by contradictory evidence. The rules allow this.
The question, the objection is not granted.
Okay. Answer the question, Mr. Witness, please.
Can you repeat the question?
These accounts were based on reference cards of dubious authenticity as testified here by PS Bank President Pascual Garcia because it contains 42 points of discrepancies. And you did not mention that in your complaint with the Ombudsman, am I correct?
Can I confirm with my lawyer first?
What is there to confer to? The document is right there in front of you. All you have to do is look at it and check if you made that allegation in your complaint or not.
In that case, Your Honor, we invoke the best evidence rule and the document speaks for itself.
Your Honor, I am impeaching the witness. He can review the documents. He can state there if he made that allegation or not.
Your Honor, we did not make reference to the points that PS Bank President Garcia made.
Very well. All right. Having presented these documents to the Ombudsman, are you in a position to authenticate these documents before the Ombudsman?
No, Your Honor.
You're not. You're not an employee of PS Bank, am I correct?
No, Your Honor.
You were not even present when these bank documents were opened, is it not?
No, Your Honor.
Are you the source of these documents which the prosecution presented here? Are you the small lady who gave the documents to Congressman Umali?
No, Your Honor.
Are you the mysterious messenger who left the documents in the house of Congressman Banal?
No, Your Honor.
You are not. All right. The fact is, Mr. Witness, the examination and inquiry of these dollar accounts are prohibited under the Foreign Currency Deposit Act, Republic Act 6426. And due to this, PS Bank was able to obtain a temporary restraining order restraining any such examination or inquiry. And this Honorable Impeachment Court voted to respect the action of this Honorable Court.
It's a very long manifestation, Your Honor. What is the question?
And you did not mention this to the Ombudsman, am I correct?
Can I explain?
No, I'm just asking you. Your lawyer will have a chance to
Objection,
examine you later.
Objection, Your Honor. Again, the document will speak for itself. There is
I
no
just want a confirmation, Your Honor, if
Let
it's terrorism.
the witness answer. It's under cross.
Yeah. We mentioned that we already are aware that Mr. Corona is already subject of an impeachment complaint, Your Honor.
And you did not mention it, right?
We mentioned it here in the complaint. Why,
That there is a TRO?
we did not mention the
Did
TRO.
you mention that it is subject to the Foreign Currency Deposit Act,
Already
particularly the absolute confidentiality? Did you mention it?
Not in the complaint, Your Honor.
All right. You did not mention it in any of the documents you submitted to the Ombudsman, am I correct?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Witness, you brought your lawyer with you. You said that when you have your lawyer with you right now. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did your lawyer advise you? Did he give you any advice? Did he review the complaint that is in front of you before it was filed with the Ombudsman?
attorney-client privilege, Your Honor.
No, I just wanted to know if he sought the advice. I'm not asking for the work product. I'm just asking if he asked for advice.
We reform the question. You're assuming that he had a lawyer when he engaged that lawyer when the complaint was being drafted. Reform the question.
Did you seek any kind of assistance in the preparation of the complaint?
Your Honor, the complaint was not prepared by myself only. The complaint was done together with the help of some lawyers, volunteer lawyers who primarily led by the Honorable Risa Ontiveros. And we reviewed, we met last February 17 to review the document, and that is the time that we agreed to sign it and file it with the Office of the Ombudsman.
My question is, did you seek professional advice? You personally?
I just mentioned to my lawyer about we will be filing a complaint. But as to the document, when I saw it in February 17, it was already being edited. I was not with my lawyer at that time.
Okay. You know, I have an idea, Mr. Witness, why you suppress or fail to mention these vital circumstances to the Office of the Ombudsman. And let me ask the necessary questions in order to confirm whether my idea is correct or not. Let me ask you, are you the lead convener of a group called Kaya Natin?
Already answered, Your Honor.
Let him answer.
Yes.
Now, is it not a fact that this group called Kaya Natin has been very critical publicly against Chief Justice Corona?
Not all of our members, and we haven't released a formal public statement asking for his conviction, Your Honor.
I have here from your blog site an official statement of Kaya Natin on the impeachment of Chief Justice Renato Corona. Are you familiar? I'll show it to you first, and if you can confirm if that comes from your group Kaya Natin, because it comes from your blog site, Harvey K. The witness is examining the
Your Honor,
document.
we would like to manifest that the document is not part of the subpoena, and we would like to know the relevance, otherwise we will object to the materiality of the question.
It's an impeaching document.
Yes.
Let the witness answer.
Yes, we supported the impeachment of Chief Justice Renato Corona, but not. We asked the Senate to duly investigate the said impeachment complaint.
May I read a portion of the official statement of Kaya Natin on the impeachment of Chief Justice Renato Corona and tell me if I am lying. The long and strong history between Corona and former President, now Pampanga 2nd District Representative Gloria Macapagal Arroyo gives Filipinos a compelling reason to believe that the Supreme Court led by Corona is still heavily biased for Arroyo. It also did not help that Corona's appointment as Chief Justice itself was questionable and went against the Constitution as a midnight appointment. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will not even ask you why you did not mention the De Castro ruling anymore in this statement. Because you may not know it. You're not a lawyer, so I will not ask that anymore.
Your Honor, may we ask the Honorable Presiding Officer to remind the lawyer to, the Honorable Prosecutor to limit, defense counsel to limit statements addressed to the witness to questions on direct examination.
All right, Mr. Witness.
A cross-examiner has enough leeway to ask all kinds of questions to destroy the credibility of the witness. So the witness may answer.
Is it not a fact, Mr. Witness, Mr. K, that some members of the prosecution and its spokespeople are also members or are in close association with Kaya Natin?
They are not members, Your Honor. They are champions.
What do you mean by champions?
Unlike members, champions of Kaya Natin are what we call champions of good governance and ethical leadership. They are what we call are role models for good governance.
All right. So, who are the members of the prosecution or their spokespeople who are champions of Kaya Natin? As far as you know.
Congressman Erin Tañada and Congresswoman Kakabag-Aw.
You yourself, Mr. Witness, apart from your group Kaya Natin, you are also an intense critic publicly of Chief Justice Corona. Are you not?
I think intense is a very strong word, Your Honor. I am a critic of Chief Justice Renato Corona.
In fact, you have... In fact, Mr. Witness, in your column in the Manila Times, you have written about Chief Justice Corona and mentioned that his impeachment is not about the ruling in Hacienda Luisita. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And in fact, in your Facebook account, you have been posting numerous articles that are derogatory to the Chief Justice, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor.
And am I correct now to conclude that it is for these reasons that you were not willing to disclose to the Ombudsman the exculpatory circumstances favorable to the Chief Justice in these proceedings?
Again, Your Honor, I am not a lawyer, so I do not understand what is exculpatory, and I do not know what does that mean.
I will not pursue it any further, Mr. K. But let me just ask you, did you find it necessary to include the fact that Mr. Pascual Garcia pointed out that there are 42 points of discrepancies in your in the PS Bank account reference cards presented here?
Already answered, Your Honor.
All right, I will not pursue it. I'll just withdraw it. Let me just go to another point, Mr. K. You appeared on television recently in the act of submitting documents to the Senate President about dollar and euro accounts of Chief Justice Corona. Am I correct?
Can I explain, Your Honor?
No.
Yeah.
Just tell me if you indeed...
Yes, I submitted a
Answer
letter.
the question.
Yes, I'm sorry, Mr. Presiding Officer. Yes, I submitted a letter and documents to the Presiding Officer.
Where are these documents?
I had them received at the office of the presiding officer.
Where is your copy?
I did not bring it, Your Honor.
You did not bring them. In the Facebook account, there were transaction records posted. Can you just take a look at these alleged transaction records posted on Facebook and tell me if these were the documents which you submitted to the Senate President in a sealed envelope?
Your Honor, may we ask if the Facebook account is the Facebook account of the witness?
Let the witness respond to
But
it.
that is a misleading question, Your Honor. There
He's
is a
being
statement.
confronted right now, Your Honor.
But the question, Your Honor, is...
Let the witness answer.
I would like to make a manifestation that I did not post any transactional records or these kinds of papers in my Facebook account.
I'm just asking you if these are the same documents which you submitted to the Senate President.
That was not the question earlier, Your Honor. The question refers to a Facebook account. And the witness said, I did not post documents in the Facebook
Then I
account.
withdraw the previous question and I'm asking him now. Are these the documents which you submitted to the Honorable Senate President Juan Ponce Enrile? Because the Senate President said he never opened it because he did not want to be a participant in the commission of a crime.
Your Honor, may we know where the defense counsel obtained the documents? He is presenting a set of documents and asking the witness to compare it with the documents that are already with the Senate President.
He was the one who submitted it, Your Honor, and he would be...
Let the witness answer.
I am not sure if those are the same documents since I did not bring my own set, Your Honor. However, they are similar to what to the documents that I submitted to the Honorable Impeachment Presiding Officer.
They are similar.
Yes, because I cannot remember because I did not really read it through, but I skimmed it through only.
I'll leave the documents with you so that when I ask the questions, you will be able to respond to them. Since you say that they are similar, I want to know how similar they are to the ones you submitted to the Senate President. These documents are unsigned by anybody. They're not signed. Are the documents which you submitted to the Senate President also unsigned?
As far as I can remember, Your Honor, they are also unsigned.
They are also unsigned. These bank transaction records referring to several banks, HSBC, Allied Bank, etc., they all appear using the same font. Am I correct? Please review it. The witness examining the documents, Your Honor.
They seem to have the same font.
The same font. And the documents which you submitted to the Senate President also have the same font. Am I correct?
I am not, I cannot again be assured of that, Your Honor, because as far as I know, this is just similar. I cannot vouch for its, if it's really the same one.
You know, Mr. Witness, if you cannot be certain about that, I will request the court to direct you to return tomorrow so you can bring your copy. So
Your Honor,
if you want this to be...
There's no need for that. If you want, you can use this
Thank you, Your Honor.
document. But let me address this issue. Now, since this matter has come to the fore, I was going to take this up with the witness after his examination, but this was brought to my office with a letter, a covering letter. It was opened by my receiving clerk. And then I understand that you, Mr. K, along with several others, accompanied by a TV media group, went to my office and presented this to my receiving clerk.
I was not...
Just a minute.
I'm sorry.
What was your purpose in giving this to me and in a sealed envelope with a television crew accompanying you? What for?
Mr. Presiding Officer, can I explain?
No, I'm asking a question.
Okay. I received those documents anonymously last May 3 at the mail area of our office, and I did not know what to do with it, primarily because I wanted to... I gave it to your good office because as we always, when we receive anonymous documents at kaya natin, when we receive anonymous complaints or other complaints, as we usually do, we usually forward it to the corresponding government office concerned.
Yes, but you had previously filed a complaint with the Ombudsman. And since you were a complainant in that complaint, why did you not bring this to the Ombudsman instead of bringing it to the presiding officer in this impeachment trial when you are not a complainant here?
I am very...
What was the purpose of that act of yours? You did not only bring it here instead of bringing it to the Ombudsman, but you accompanied, you asked the TV crew to accompany you, and later on this was publicized on television.
Last Sunday, May 6, Your Honor, I was asked by ABS-CBN to be interviewed about my reaction to the $10 million revelation of the Ombudsman. And then, Your Honor, after the revelation of the Ombudsman last week, 2 weeks ago, during the interview of ABS-CBN, I was asked about the reactions and to the current investigation being done by the Ombudsman. After the whole interview, the last 10 minutes, the reporter asked me particularly if I had received documents or any evidence or additional things that pertaining to this, Your Honor. And then I said, I didn't want to lie. I said that I had received this anonymously. And in fact, I told him that I wanted to dispose of it already so that during the first session day, Your Honor, I would have wanted to bring it already to your office. That was May 7.
Why did you think of me instead of thinking of the Ombudsman where you filed the complaint?
I am...
Why? I'm asking you why.
I don't know, Your Honor. I just felt that the Senate would be the office that would be... I'm not a lawyer, Your Honor. I felt that the Senate would be in the best position to evaluate this document and see if it can be used or not. And with regard to bringing the television crew, Your Honor, I did not bring any television crew. In fact, they waited for me there, and I was actually surprised. In fact, Your Honor, if I may also explain,
I would admit, I would accept your explanation. But why did you bring a TV crew to my office when you delivered this sealed document?
Your Honor, I did not bring a TV crew. In fact, I was surprised that there was the ABS-CBN reporter was also there, the same reporter that interviewed me last Sunday.
Yes, but these are not from the Senate. These are external to the media people assigned or accredited to the Senate. Evidently, they knew that you were coming to my office to deliver this.
Yes.
Why did you bring them along with you? Because you wanted to be sure that it will be publicized that you delivered this document to the impeachment court through its presiding officer?
No.
Because of this, I'm ordering you to show cause why you should not be cited for contempt by this impeachment court. You are trying to influence this court by bringing these documents. I did not open it, I did not read it, because I do not know what these documents are. But I felt insulted and offended as a presiding officer of this court, and I'm ordering you to show cause why you should not be cited for contempt. Now, you may use this document. If you want, you open it.
I don't want to open it as well, Your Honor. I'll just ask him to open it.
All right. You give it to the, but return it to this presiding officer afterwards.
Yes, Your Honor. I will instruct the witness to do that.
Mr. Presiding Officer, may I speak?
Yes. You may present it to the gentleman from San Juan. I think he wants to see them first.
I will
Mr.
request
Presiding
that the
Officer.
witness be allowed to open it first.
Do not open them.
Mr. Witness, can you open the envelope first? Let the record show that the witness opened the sealed envelope coming from the Honorable Senate President.
Mr. Presiding Officer, may I speak? I would like to first express my sincere apologies if you felt insulted, and I did not really intend any
No, I
malice.
have already issued an order to you. Show cause why you should not be cited for contempt by this court.
Okay, again, I express my sincerest apologies, Your Honor.
Mr. Witness, now that the cat is out of the bag, can you confirm whether the font of the transaction records contained in your letter are the same for all the banks?
We object, Your Honor. We don't see any materiality to knowing whether the fonts are the same.
Let the witness answer.
In fact, Your Honor, let me point out the materiality. The materiality here, Your Honor, is that it is highly improbable that different banks will be using the same font for all documents. And so, we are trying to establish that these documents are fabricated, falsified, and fraudulent. Whoever is in the possession of falsified, fraudulent documents, as pointed out by the Honorable Senator Santiago, is presumed by law, by the rules, to be the author.
That's a manifestation of counsel, Your Honor. But
Yes, but the question here now is, can he confirm if the font size and font design of the transaction records are the same?
Counsel, with your permission, may I ask you, Mr. Witness, to read your covering letter to the presiding officer? Read it aloud for the record.
May 7, 2012, Honorable Juan Ponce Enrile, Senate President, Republic of the Philippines. Dear Sir, greetings of peace. I am Harvey Esque, a private citizen, and I would like to formally submit these documents I have received anonymously last May 3, 2012 to your good office. I am not sure about the authenticity of these documents, and thus I am submitting them to your office for your perusal. Should you have any further inquiries, please get in touch with me with my number. Thank you very much. Sincerely, Harvey Esque.
All right.
Wait a minute, Mr. Witness. You earlier testified when I asked you that you do not have the copy of the transmission that you gave to the Senate President.
the statement pertains to the documents, not to the transmitted letter, Your Honor.
Do you confirm that?
Yes.
The transaction, the attachments are not with you.
Yes.
All right. So let me just show to you again the attachments and answer the question once and for all. The witness going over the documents. Same, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, we're all the same. All right. Are you an employee of any of these banks?
No, Your Honor.
So you cannot guarantee the accuracy of any of the accounts or the entries mentioned in those documents, is it not?
Already answered, Your Honor.
What was his answer?
Sustain. He said so in his covering letter.
In other words, Mr. Ke, gawa-gawa mo lang itong mga dokumentong to, is it not?
Objection, Your Honor. That's a misleading statement. There is no...
Sustain.
No.
You are assuming that he made all those documents, then that
Let me ask him directly, Your Honor. Are you the one who prepared these documents?
No, Your Honor.
You're not the one, but at least you're aware that these documents, according to your letter, are unreliable and are products merely of...
the answer of the witness and the covering letter says is not sure of the authenticity. He did not say unreliable. So please reform your question.
If you cannot guarantee the authenticity of these documents, why did you send these documents to the Senate President?
Because I did not know what to do with the documents when I received it, and I felt that the Senate President and the Senate as an impeachment court would be the best people to decide on what to do with these said documents.
Why did you not consult your lawyers before giving it to the Senate impeachment court?
On hindsight, that would have been the best course. However, as I said, I received this anonymously last Thursday morning, and then we decided when I consulted my colleague when we went to our retreat during the weekend that it would be best to be given to the Senate, and that is why the first session day of the Senate, I already forwarded it to the Office of the Senate President, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. Those will be the end of my questioning. That will be the end of my questioning on direct impeachment.
Please return the document to the presiding officer.
No cross, Your Honor.
Your Honor, may we request that the letter and the attachments thereto be marked as as defense evidence globally as 256.
Mark them accordingly.
Mr. President,
The majority floor leader.
inasmuch as there is no cross, may we recognize Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago?
The lady senator from Iloilo is recognized.
Thank you. Mr. Witness, under the rules of evidence, a witness is a person who perceives, meaning to say through his five senses, and perceiving can make known his perception to others. That is the minimum requirement for a witness, that you were personally present and saw with some at least of your five senses what was taking place at the scene of the crime. Therefore, the requirement is that you must be an eyewitness or an ear witness or whatever sense was triggered by the events happening before you. Were you a witness to all of these accusations that you make against the Chief Justice?
No, Your Honor.
You cannot even be a witness and you are foisting yourself as a complainant before the public? What kind of good governance are you trying to promote? You're acting on anonymous sources. Every time there is something that requires identification of the source, the prosecution says there is no source. It came anonymously. Who is Mr. Anonymous? Since I want to ask the PNP and the AFP to issue an arrest order against him. Why is there a proliferation of Mr. Anonymous in this archipelago? And you're head of something that promotes good governance? That's your idea of good governance? You act on anonymous complaints? You don't even bother to examine for yourself using your own brains whether these complaints are fair or not? Plus, in addition to that, You say that you are lead convener of Kaya Natin. Ilan na kayo sa Kaya Natin? Ilan kayong kasapi?
Yung members po namin, Your Honor, around mga 1,000 plus po.
1,000. Ano proof mo na mayroon kang 1,000 tao?
Meron po kaming pinapafill out po na membership forms, Your Honor.
Di pumunta sila, kusa sa iyo. Tapos sinasabi nila, gusto namin membro ng Kaya Natin. Yan ba ibig mong sabihin?
Your Honor, meron po kaming caravan of good governance sa mga...
Sus, ang dami mo termino. Meron kang champion. Yung palang champion ay kasapi nyo. Meron kayong caravan. Yung pala ay grupo lang ninyo. Is that good governance? You're trying to mislead the Filipino public with your prestige or your influence, even only on the basis of numericality, only on the basis of numbers. What is your proof that you have these many numbers?
Yun po, yung aming mga nagsasign up po sa aming membership list.
Saan ang pinirmahan nila?
Meron po kaming binibigay na membership form at saka online din po, Your Honor.
I will check. I will have my staff check whether you do have 1,000 because I doubt it very much. A person governed by ethics would not do the things that you have done, giving those alleged documentary evidence to the Senate President when you should know full well, even as a layman, that no person is allowed to try and influence a judge in the course of the proceedings. Yet you brought with you a TV crew and you say that you were surprised that they were there. You just happened to be there at a certain time and the TV crew just happened to be there at the same time. My goodness, you're asking us to ignore the mathematics of probabilities. That is why I'm angry with you. Consider yourself admonished. Hindi mo nga nakita ang nangyari. Mag-file ka ngayon ng complaint on the basis of an anonymous complaint. Gusto mo kaya gagawin sa iyo yon? Do you want that to be done to you under the golden rule? Do you want to others, you should have others do unto you? And you want us to take you seriously? You have these documents attached to your complaint, sons of C.J. Corona, TCTs, condominium certificates of title, deeds of absolute sale, certificates authorizing registration, bank records with amounts of deposits. Where did you get these documents? Answer me as briefly as possible, please, because I'm under a time limit.
The group of Risa Ontiveros downloaded it po.
But you're one of the signatories
yes,
of the complaint.
I looked at it as soon as it was downloaded from the internet, Your Honor.
Ngayon, kinuha mo lang sa internet. What date was it downloaded from the internet?
I am not sure, Your Honor. It was prepared by their group of volunteer lawyers po.
Kung meron na kayo ng mga dokumento na ganito bago December 12, 2011, which is the date of the filing of the impeachment complaint before the Senate, why did you not include it in the impeachment complaint? Why did you not approach the prosecution panel and say, magdagdag pa? Ba't hindi nyo binigay? Ngayon, ginugulo nyo kami dito.
Your Honor, I don't think we had the documents back then.
Alright, if you did not have them, why did you not present yourself as witnesses for the prosecution, against the defendant? So that you would not have to rely on these anonymous internet materials that can be posted from anywhere in the world and can be invented by any brain in the world, or even people with no brains. Sagutin mo.
Me as a witness, Your Honor?
Yes.
I was not called by a witness by the prosecution, Your Honor. I was called by the defense.
Ba't di ka nag-volunteer? Kung ganyan katindi ang galit mo sa defendant. Sa paniwala mo pala, ang laki-laki ng mga iskandalong ginagawa niya, ba't hindi ka nag-volunteer kung good government advocate ka?
Because po, yung mga complaints po na nilagay po namin dito came out na po nung impeachment trial. Yun po yung inattach po namin.
Hindi, noon pa, bago ng impeachment, nang the House of Representatives decided to impeach the Chief Justice, why did you not come forward if you are such a civic-spirited citizen and say, may alam ako tungkol dyan?
Actually, Your Honor, dun sa mga articles of impeachment against Chief Justice Corona, wala po talaga akong, nung time na bago po i-file yung impeachment, wala po akong mga documentary evidences po.
Wala kang documentary evidence, pero you are asking the ombudsman to investigate him. That's a bell. May just ask for 1 minute, Mr. President.
Yes.
You filed a complaint with the ombudsman na hindi mo alam? You have violated, do you know that you have violated these laws? The Loan Secrecy of Deposits, the Foreign Currency Deposit Act, lahat yan may penal provisions. You are now in danger, you are now in jeopardy of being charged criminally. Hindi ba ang tunay na katotohanan dito ay gumagawa ka ng ganyan para may base para mag-file ng second impeachment complaint kay Chief Justice? Kasi alam mo na this trial is already ongoing. Bakit ngayon ka lang lilitaw? Ba't di ka lumitaw noong December? Kaya you're actually using your organization so-called if it exists so that you can lay the foundations and make the Senate party to your machinations for a second impeachment complaint. That is my observation. Since the bell is already rung, I would have wanted to ask you more questions about your credibility as a witness. But now I'm prevented by time. Thank you, Mr. President.
Meron lang akong tanongin sa iyo. Bakit hindi mo dinala itong mga dokumento na ito sa prosecution upang sila mismo ang magpresenta ng mga dokumento na yan dito sa hukuman na ito? Bakit doon sa opisina ko dinala yung folder na yan?
Mr. Presiding Officer, because I really felt that you were the right person and to make a decision on it. I trusted in your, and I continue to trust in your decision making and in your being the presiding officer. I really wanted to be honest with you, Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer, it was really out of respect that I wanted, that's the reason why I sent the documents to you. And I wanted you to decide if you would if the documents can still be used or if it would rather be better to be placed inside the trash can. That is, as I said in my letter, submitting them to your office for your perusal, because I really trusted in your good judgment and in your leadership here in the impeachment court. But again, I'm very sorry if it came out to be that insulting Mr. Presiding Officer. I really do apologize for that. That was not my intent.
All right.
Mr. President, if I may.
Yes, the gentleman from Ilocos Norte.
Just a quick follow-up on the discussion of Senator Miriam Santiago. We have had delivery via Little Lady. We have had anonymous delivery via hanging it on the gate. I am just interested to know what new and novel way do we have for the anonymous delivery to your offices, Mr. Ke? Did it come by mail? Was it emailed to you? Was it delivered by hand? Just so that we can complete all of these new methods of anonymous delivery that we have discovered during this trial.
Your Honor, last May 3, I saw it placed in our mail area. In our office in Loyola Heights, in Barangay Loyola Heights in Quezon City, we don't have a mailbox. It's a gate, and then you go inside the gate, and then andun po yung iba't ibang mga apartments, and then we rent one apartment as our office. Okay. And then doon po sa taas ng pintuan, pasok ng aming apartments, doon po nakalagay kung saan po yung mail namin, nandun po siya nakalagay.
Meron siyang postage stamp or hand-delivered?
Wala po. Nakalagay lang po sa pangalan ko.
It was addressed to you, and it appeared in your offices, again, mysteriously and anonymously. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Witt.
Doon bang dumating yung mga dokumento na yan sa'yo, ay nakalagay na doon sa envelope na pinadala mo sa akin?
Ano po, Mr. Presiding Officer?
Yung mga dokumento na isinabmit mo doon sa opisina ko, nakalagay sa isang dark envelope. Yung ba ang i-deliver sa iyo yung mismong envelope na yon?
Hindi po. Yung envelope po na nakalagay po yung pangalan ko doon sa envelope. Tapos medyo hindi na po kasi maganda yung envelope. So pinalitan ko po siya kasi po nilagay ko po siya doon sa red na folder para po ibigay po sa inyo.
Nasaan na yung envelope na dating naglalaman ng mga dokumento na yan?
Ay, naitapon ko na po, Mr. Presiding Officer. I'm sorry for that.
Ano ba yun?
A brown envelope po.
Brown envelope.
I didn't want to give that to you kasi nakakaya naman po, kaya po inilipat ko po.
Sige. Binasa mo muna.
Hindi ko po talaga binasa. Kinim ko lang po yung laman kasi parang my first impression was really parang I was really shocked and surprised.
Sige.
Mr. President,
May
we recognize-
The Majority Floor Leader.
thank you. Mr. President, may we recognize the President Pro Temp, Senator Estrada.
The gentleman from San Juan.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Witness, what was the purpose for filing complaint before the Ombudsman, knowing fully well that there is already an ongoing impeachment trial here? And in fact, you mentioned to Senator Santiago that the data that you obtained, the evidence, the pieces of evidence that you attached to the letter to the Ombudsman came from the impeachment court.
Your Honor, yung aming complaint po kay that would be filed sa office ni Ombudsman Carpio Morales was for ill-gotten wealth po. Hindi po ito complaint that is saklaw po ng Article 2 ng impeachment, which is non-disclosure po ng SALN. So, iba po yung aming complaint at ginawa po namin ito dahil nga po yun nga po, para marami pong mga katanungan, marami po na gusto namin pong masagot tungkol po dito sa mga lumabas na dokumento nitong impeachment trial.
Okay, I just got hold of a press release. I think this came from your group. What is the name of your group again?
Kaya natin po.
Okay. You obtained a document coming from an anonymous source. Am I correct? That was what you mentioned a while ago. And you said here, it says here, civil society group, kaya natin convener Harvey K. showed ABS-CBN News purported bank statement summaries which show Corona's alleged dollar accounts as well as euro accounts. He said he got the documents from someone he does not know. And then the last line you said he also obtained the names of some of the individuals who allegedly deposited money. Who are these individuals?
I did not dictate names po, Your Honor. At saka we did not release any press release from our organization about this.
Meron bang nakalagay ng mga pangalan dyan sa dokumento mo na sinumite mo kay Senate President?
Opo, may mga pangalan po.
Na-authenticate mo ba yan? Has that been authenticated?
Your Honor, hindi po. As I said in my letter to the Honorable Presiding Officer, I can neither authenticate nor vouch for its veracity, primarily because I do not even know where it came from.
So you had the guts and temerity to submit or to present that piece of those documents to the Senate President without verifying the authenticity of those documents.
I'm very sorry, Your Honor, but...
No, I'm asking you.
Yes.
Is it true that the documents that you submitted to the office of the Senate President were not authenticated?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pwedeng gawa-gawa lang.
Opo, Your Honor.
Pwedeng gawa-gawa mo lang.
Hindi ko po gawa-gawa, Your
Hindi,
Honor.
pwedeng mangyari yun na gawa-gawa mo lang at ibinigay mo rito sa opisina ni Senate President. Dahil hindi ko kung kanino galing. Pwede rin kami mag-assume na gawa-gawa mo lang. Correct.
Hindi ko po gawa-gawa kasi, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I really don't know where this came from. And in fact, to be honest with you, I really felt bad when the focus of the interview that came out was really just about the documents.
All right. You mentioned to the Senate President earlier that when you went to his office and about to present those documents that you had on hand, you saw media people there, and you did not bring these cameramen.
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
just saw these media people in the office of the Senate President?
Ganito po, Your Honor.
No, I'm asking you. Did you just see these media people in the office of the Senate President?
Yes po, isa lang po yung media na nandun, yung ABS-CBN.
Ano ang ginagawa ng media doon? Was the Senate President being interviewed?
I do not know, Your Honor. But maybe, as I said, maybe they were waiting for me, Your Honor.
So, inabisuhan mo sila na ikaw ay pupunta sa opisina ni Senate President at pinapakunan mo yung pag-submit mo ng dokumento sa opisina ni Senate President. Tama po ba ako?
Nung Sunday po, nung in-interview po ako, Your Honor, I already mentioned to them that I will be submitting the documents to the Office of Senate President.
When did you receive these documents again?
Nung Thursday po ng umaga.
Thursday,
May 3.
last week.
2 weeks ago po, Your Honor.
Ago. Okay. When you receive these documents, I hope you will answer this truthfully because you're under oath. Ikaw ba nagtatawagan mo reporter para ilako ang storya mo?
Nagtatawag ng reporter?
Yes. At sinasabi mo sa mga reporter, I have these documents given to me anonymously that shows that that the Chief Justice has indeed $2 million and plus euro dollars or euro accounts. Meron ka bang tinawagang mga reporter?
Wala po akong tinawagang reporter.
Meron ka bang, inulit ko siya, meron ka bang tinawagang 1, 2, 3 reporter para ibenta ang mga dokumento na hawak mo, na ibinigay mo sa Pangulo ng Senado?
Okay. As far as I can remember, wala po akong tinawagang reporter. Meron lang po akong tinext na isang kaibigan ko po na sinabi ko po na hindi ko po sinabi na ano na ganon. Sinabi ko lang po na I received these documents anonymously and that's it. Tapos
gusto mong pasulat sa kanya. Sino yung reporter na tinawagan mo? Na tinext mo?
Yung kaibigan ko po sa Abante po, si Mr. Makasait.
Sino si Mr. Makasait?
Hindi po, yung ano po, yung
tabloid po yan, di ba?
Apo.
O sa broadsheet. Huwag ka magsisunungaling, dahil pre-presenta ko sa harap mo ngayon.
Sa broadsheet po, wala po akong maalala particularly, pero ano po, meron po akong nakausap about na, okay, ganito po, kasi ang interview po sa akin kasi last week, tungkol po sa mga $10 million accounts nung kay Ombudsman, yung reaction ko po. Pero po, ikausap ko po yung isang reporter na kaibigan ko about it.
Alam mo, Mr. K, huwag na tayo magpaligoy-ligoy pa dahil wala na akong oras, nag-ring na yung bell eh. Sagutin mo na yung tanong ko tungkol sa mga dokumentong presenta mo kay Senate President. Meron ka bang tinawagan reporter sa broadsheet para inilalako mo yung istorya mo, yung dokumento mo? Para masulat, para masira si Chief Justice Corona?
Nabanggit ko po. Opo.
Kanino?
Sa kaibigan ko po, si Miss Tina Dumlao.
Tiga?
Inquirer po.
Gusto mong pasulat sa kanya para tuloy masira yung kinamumuhian mo, yung respondent dito sa kasong ito. Ganun ba yun?
Hindi po. Actually, ang...
Are you up for publicity, Mr. K?
Your Honor, if sa totoo lang po, if I wanted publicity, dapat sa totoo lang po, nagtawag na lang po ako ng press conference.
Ikaw nga nagtawag doon sa opisina ni Senate President, you don't want publicity. And then now you admitted that you are trying to call reporters. And you're trying to sell, or you're trying to offer these documents that you presented the Senate President. Those authenticated and verified documents. Sinungaling ka.
I'm very sorry po if, Your Honor.
That's all, Mr. President.
Anyway, Majority Floor Leader,
Finally, Mr. President, the Minority Leader, Senator Alan Cayetano.
the Minority Floor Leader.
Magandang hapon, Mr. Senate President, sa ating ginong witness. I'm equally disgusted na simula pa nung panahon ni Presidente Arroyo, di ba, kay Secretary Bunyi, yung CD, anonymous din yun eh. Kaya tinanong ko kay Senator Miriam, sino ba yung anonymous na yun? Bakit ang dami niyang dokumento? Alam niyo po, ang problema kasi dun sa mga anonymous, lalo sa mga politiko, sa mga public servants, celebrities, ang tagal-tagal namin bubuuin yung reputation, gumawa ka ng 10 maganda, may lumabas na isang peking dokumento, nandun pangalan mo na Facebook, na Twitter, nalagay sa isang blog o na dyaryo na TV, kahit ipaliwanag mo pa later on, ang hirap na. That's why yung hinihingi namin maging responsible lahat pag nilabas to. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt na maganda yung intention nyo. Mr. Kay, bakit kaya sa inyo binigay? Ano kaya sabi nung, kung sino mang gumawa nun, ano kaya sabi, dito natin ibigay kasi kaya natin tong grupo na to. I mean, kasi bakit sa inyo? Dahil nung chairman ako ng Blue Ribbon Committee, nung minority leader si Senator Pimentel, pag may nagbigay sa amin, anonymous, we'll find a way whether to post it or to tell the media, meron to, pero hindi namin i-release. Papupuntahan namin ng abogado and we'll ask them to execute an affidavit kasi kung hindi, baka masunog ka. So hindi ko sinasabing nasunog ka, hindi ko alam kung totoo yan o hindi. No? But yung, siguro, again, in hindsight, yung responsibility, di ba? Yun ang point namin. But, Mr. Chair, Mr. Presiding Officer, I want to ask one question sa council, please. Just to clarify. Sa defense po.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Loud and clear naman po yung point nyo kanina, no? But ang question ko, Senator Pimentel and other senators nung ang prosecution pa ang nag-represent, tinanong namin theory nila so that we can understand yung mga ebidensya na lumalabas kung ano yung kwento o yung theory nila. I heard when you were saying the purpose for presenting this witness and previous witnesses is the purpose to show that there is a well-orchestrated plot or plan to discredit the Chief Justice. Something like that. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor. From day one, since we presented Congressman Tobias Chanco, that has always been our theory,
Yes.
Your Honor.
So, ang point ko lang po, assuming that to be true, I'm not saying it's true or not, but assuming that there is a well-orchestrated, whoever it is, politiko man o hindi, professional, hindi, bayaran man o hindi, na move to discredit the Chief Justice, ano po ang relevance nun vis-a-vis the evidence presented here? Di ba, regardless whether or not there is a professional or a orchestrated move to discredit the Chief Justice, the issue is whether or not he has assets that he did not declare dito sa SALN. Or are you leading to something else by saying this? So I just wanted to connect the two, no?
Yes, Your Honor. Our theory is that all the evidence presented that will indicate that the Chief Justice did not disclose properties in his SALN are grossly exaggerated, unreliable, fabricated, or at the very least, Your Honor, illegal, comes from an illegal source. And therefore, Your Honor, it is our theory that this evidence would not stand legal scrutiny and would not be sufficient for a conviction of the Chief Justice.
At hindi ko kayo pangunahan doon dahil may ebidensya pa kayong papakita doon.
Opo.
I just wanted to make the connection na even if there was a well-orchestrated move to discredit him, if there is evidence against him, then still he should be convicted. But if you're saying there is a planned off or there's a well-orchestrated move, plus hindi totoo yung ebidensya, that's something else, no? So I just wanted to make that clear. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. President, I move to discharge the witness.
This witness is discharged.
Okay, thank you.
I move that we suspend the trial for 15 minutes, Mr. President.
Trial suspended for 15 minutes.